Cristina Schaefer. I'm a social media professional by day, but my real jobs happen at home. I'm a wife, a mom, a daughter, a sister, an aunt, and for the last 17 years, an arthritis warrior. The number one piece of advice I'd give to a newly diagnosed patient is to find a community. When I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis 17 years ago, I was a young adult. I was alone. I didn't know anyone that had the same diagnosis as me. In fact, I didn't know anyone who had arthritis other than my grandma. So finding a community a few years later was such an amazing miracle for me in my life. I all of a sudden knew people that understood the medications I was taking. They understood the treatments. They understood the day-to-day of what I was dealing with. And also, they understood when I had to say no to any obligations that may have come up. You know, there's this event taking place and I don't feel good and I have to say no. That's a really hard thing to do. But when you have a community of people that understand what you're going through, it's much easier to be honest and open about what's happening. And when you have those bad days, you can share that with them. For so many arthritis warriors, we try to hide our pain. We don't want people to feel bad for us. We don't want people to pity us. So we tend to hide our pain. But one of the things that I've learned over the years is to really put that fear aside and be honest. It kind of goes back to what I was saying about being honest when you can't make an obligation. Be honest when you're having that pain. Be honest with yourself, with your partner, with your family, your doctor, and anyone and everyone in your life. Sometimes this may even include your employer. To be honest with them when you're in pain. If you're honest with them, you no longer have to worry about hiding and you can focus on healing and whatever that healing may be for you, whether it's rest or just taking your medicine or going for a walk or whatever the case may be. If you're honest and no longer hiding, you can focus on healing. So one thing I wish I had known when I was a newly diagnosed arthritis patient was the number of resources available. It took me about 4 years into my diagnosis to find the Arthritis Foundation. So the resources I had were just the resources from my doctor. And while I had an amazing doctor, there was so much more that I wanted to learn and so much more that I just didn't know about my own diagnosis. So once I found the Arthritis Foundation about 4 years in, it was a complete game changer for me, from the webinars to the blog posts to the Live Yes Connect groups, the Vim app, and even a podcast that I can listen to at my leisure. The Arthritis Foundation is just a wonderful resource for patients and caregivers. And I tell people that are newly diagnosed all the time that I happen to meet in person or on social media or wherever, I tell them to look at the resources that the Arthritis Foundation has, because no matter what your question is, there's an article or a blog post or a podcast episode that can help you get the answers that you need.